Don't think twice, just do it. These people know what they're doing. I thought I did, but after 3 failed attempts, obviously I don't. Sadly, Mum passed away February of this year, and I was left with the situation of being an executor. My brother was also executor, but he said, "Oh, you can just do it all. You can fill out forms." So I thought, yeah, I'll fill out forms. I had done this once before and managed to get through it myself, but that was 6 years ago when my father-in-law passed away. So I thought, yeah, I can do this. You know, it was pretty straightforward, apart from the language that they speak, which goes back to 1700s, I think, rather than what's wrong with English, Scottish, whatever. So I thought, yeah, I can do this. So off I went. Eventually, about maybe end of March, maybe April time, I decided, right, I can get my head around this now, I'll do it. The first time I did it, it was for a smaller amount, so it was under the threshold, which was 36,000, I think it is. It was under that, so I didn't need a lawyer. This second time it was over that, so they did keep saying to me to speak with a solicitor. Now, I'd had quite an upsetting experience with the solicitor who held Mum's will, and there was no way I was using them. But I did notice on their paperwork that their fees, I think it said it was 10% of the estate. Now, that was quite a lot of money. A lot of money. And there was just no way. No way. Mum wouldn't want that. Mum was a bit thrifty. So there's no way. And I thought, well, I'll try do it myself. So I started off and I did exactly the same as I did before, obviously putting in Mum's details. And I thought, well, if it comes back, that's fine. This time, different court, different situation. So off I went with my form, off to the post office for the first time. And 3-4 days later, quite quickly, I got it back rejected, which I did expect. But then they had given me some tips on what was wrong. So I thought, great. So I made the changes that they advised me of. And then back to the post office. Fingers crossed this time. Got it rejected yet again 4 days later. So filled it out again. This time it had been checked by a different person. So I thought, well, they were telling me things that the first person had told me to do that I had done. They had told me something else for the same questions, which I didn't understand that. I thought they would all sing off the same hymn sheet, but anyhow. So again, filled it out, sent it off. Third time lucky, I'm sure this is going to work this time. Third time post office, and now on first name terms with the people in the post office. And 4 days later, it came back again. That was completely the bane of my life for weeks, dreading the postie coming. Even the postie knew, because, she practically knew my life story as well. And every time the poor soul was bringing back this recorded thing, which obviously had the court address on it, and I would open the door and she'd say, "I'm so sorry." But because I'd been looking up legal terms and what have you, your company name popped up. And I thought, you know what? I've had it. I'm not wanting to play this game anymore. I don't know what I'm doing wrong anymore. So I then contacted you. And plain sailing from there. Within a few days, I had the paperwork back from yourself. 4th time I'm at that post office again. And this time I'm praying to the gods this time that it's gonna work. I posted it on the Monday, recorded delivery. And on the Wednesday, I had a phone call back from the court to request payment. And your paperwork had said, if they phoned to ask for that, that means your paperwork's okay. And I did a happy dance. Just don't even think about it. Just the fees are very reasonable compared to figures I was quoted from solicitors. Don't even think twice. Yeah. And then you wouldn't have all the grief that I've had for those weeks, where now it's all done. And it was such an easy way of doing it, being able to just email the paperwork over. You don't need to meet anyone. And then when you had a query, a quick email, and you got a quick email back. Simple, just do it.